In my video last week, I talked about giving sobriety a chance by taking a complete break from drinking for a decent amount of time. And in that video, I mentioned Friday nights because many people find them challenging, and I talked about how we need to practice those days. If you've only had 2 or 3 alcohol-free Fridays, then it's hardly surprising that it doesn't feel normal yet. After I shared that video, a lot of people got in contact to say that Fridays really are their tricky time of the week. There's something about that day and the transition into the weekend that just makes them want to drink and give up on their alcohol-free goals. And I remember that because I know I felt the same way as well. I spent quite a long time in the Monday to Thursday cycle where you stop for 4 days and then basically drink all weekend. The massive problem with that pattern is that you keep on repeating the hardest bit of sobriety, the beginning bit, over and over again, and you never stick with it long enough to get to the good bit of alcohol-free living. So, let's talk about managing Friday nights sober, and I'm going to share 3 tips with you. The first one is to get clear on what you're looking for in alcohol. So what is the pleasure, benefit or service that you believe alcohol is going to provide for you? When I think about the clients I work with, they often say things like, well, I believe drinking relaxes me, or it's my treat at the end of a long week, it gives me something to look forward to, or it's a way of celebrating the end of the working week and the start of my time. Or perhaps you're finding something in your life quite hard right now and it feels as if alcohol helps you switch your focus and just ignore those feelings when you've had enough of them. Be really specific about what you feel you're gaining from drinking. If the answer your brain throws up is just, well, I want it, or you know, it's a Friday night, then go back and think again. Journal on this if you need to. Don't let your brain give you a lazy answer or talk you into thinking that this is just not figure-outable for you. You can unpick those thoughts and get clear on what's really going on. My second tip is to plan an alternative way of meeting your needs. So, how can you give yourself what you really need without using a drug like alcohol? The most important thing to know is that it is totally possible for you to do that. I've been alcohol-free for 8 years and I haven't yet found anything that I'm truly missing out on, apart from a hangover. So don't tell yourself this story that sobriety must mean coming to terms with, never having fun again, or never being able to relax or switch off properly. That is not the deal here. A great time to think about this stuff is in the morning or towards the start of the week where you're in the best frame of mind for this. Then you can start planning from that good place. Personally, I find that on a Friday night, what I really want to do is give myself permission to chill and do very little. During the rest of the week, I'm quite busy with other stuff or I might be working late, so I don't tend to watch TV. But on a Friday, I like some Netflix. And I might get a takeaway because that feels like a treat and I don't do it on other nights. I might have a long bath. During this past year, Fridays have been the evening when I might schedule a long video chat with a friend because I'm really craving that connection, and I'll make the time to do nothing but talk to that person as if we were meeting up face to face. Can you see how all those really simple things are enjoyable in their own right? I don't know where we got the idea from that pleasure comes from watching TV with a drink, or having a bath with a drink, or talking to a friend with a drink. We're obsessed with adding alcohol to everything and then giving booze the credit for the good time. But guess what? All those things are already enjoyable on their own. So I hope the message you're getting from this is that your needs matter, but you can meet those needs in a different way. You just got to practice doing that. And it's important to do that. Otherwise, sobriety is going to feel pretty miserable. What rings alarm bells for me is when someone says, you know, if I just stay really busy, I don't drink, so I'm going to schedule all my chores for Friday night and focus on my to-do list instead. That strategy might work once or twice, but in the long term, it is not fun. You're not going to want to be sober if it means having to do the cleaning on a Friday night just to get through. You've got to learn how to relax without alcohol, and you can totally do that with time and practice. My third tip is to romanticize being alcohol-free this weekend. So if you struggle with Friday nights, then the chances are you spend quite a lot of time romanticizing alcohol, thinking about drinking, wishing you could drink, wondering, oh, what could you do this week to try and make yourself stick to just 1 or 2 drinks? You're probably putting tons of energy into thinking about that stuff that isn't really serving you. And every time your brain goes down that path, it finds more and more reasons why this is going to be hard and difficult and probably absolutely awful. Thank you very much. So stop doing that. Put your brain to work on finding thoughts that are going to make you feel good and be useful. Use your mental energy thinking about why not drinking this weekend is going to be the best thing ever. Start a list. Get excited about all the things that you're going to be able to do, hangover free, that you would either miss out on or perhaps not enjoy if you've been drinking. How might you be able to show up differently for other people in your life? What will you be able to remember better? What will alcohol-free living add to your life? Think about Sunday evening as well. How will you be feeling then? What will you be saying to yourself? When you proactively shift your focus in this way, you might be surprised at what you notice, how you feel, how much better things seem. So, those are my 3 tips for you. Get clear on what you're looking for in alcohol, plan an alternative way of meeting your needs, and romanticize the hell out of not drinking this weekend. Let me know in the comments below if this resonates with you or if you've got any other tips for staying happily alcohol-free on a Friday night. I hope you have a great week and a hangover-free weekend.